My primary love language is physical touch. And it's never changed.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Candy C.
And your boy, Brother Herb.
And you are in the place to be. We are doing 12 years of marriage, our journey, and today we are on year 5. And for year 5, I thought it would be perfect to talk about the 5 love languages. Gary Chapman is the person who is the author behind the book 5 Love Languages, and he talks about how, you know, as in a marriage, we should always incorporate all 5 love languages. However, there are primary love languages that we kind of need as an individual, I guess. So the 5 love languages are acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, and receiving gifts.
If you if you've heard of the 5 love languages before, comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, so I feel like we incorporate all of those love languages in our marriage, and it's important to incorporate it in all marriages. But then maybe 1 or 2 are your most prominent ones that you really kind of like need on a personal level.
So when we first learned about the whole 5 love languages, and we were in the marriage retreat or whatever, and it was like, hey, here's a test so you can know your spouse. Me, I was like, I think I know my wife good enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no test, whatever. I thought it was pretty cool because it actually opened my eyes up to like the reasons why people do certain things and the reason why relationships work, and sometimes the reason why they don't work. But I thought it was really cool.
I thought it was crazy because I know that you like to be touched, but I didn't know that that was like you need it all the time. Like, I didn't know that was your primary love language out of all of them, and it was important for me to know that. It's like, oh, so you know, just doing this, like he needs that.
So with that being said, in your relationship, knowing what moves your spouse is really important, and this actually helps. So if y'all don't know nothing about the 5 love languages, it's a good idea to start to figure it out, because this is dope.
You know what my primary love language is?
Yeah, so her primary love language,
I think it's all of them.
It's gonna be quality time.
You think so?
Yeah, and acts of service, because she likes when people
recognize. I would have to disagree though.
Well, so what's yours? Words of affirmation?
I feel like it is words of affirmation because I'm always
I don't
looking
want to
for
hear
validation.
I don't want to hear it, because if I say, "Hey, babe, you look good," you're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, my face! Oh my gosh, my nose! I look like Michael Jackson." Every time I do words of affirmation, or if I say something sweet, I always get.
So read words of affirmation, because there's more to just saying it.
How about you read it?
Okay.
Don't try to tell me what to do. It's quality time, baby.
Read words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation: expressing your love in sincere words and explaining the reasons why. Saying the words "I love you" is important, but sharing the reason behind why you love them is the most important. Actions to avoid: insults and criticism. But that goes for yourself too. Don't be insulting and criticizing.
Right, but I'm saying, like, just saying "I love you" is cool, but I need to know the reason behind it, or I need like more to it. Not like, "Oh, you look pretty."
Listen,
it's like,
I think after 13 years of being together, I don't need to have to tell you why I love you so much.
But if my love language is words of affirmation,
I told you 13 years ago.
But if my love language is that, okay, fine, personal touch. I shouldn't have to touch you all the time.
Well, no, you do, because you can remember a word more than you can remember a feeling.
Lies.
Ain't no lies. No, I don't hear that.
You remember how it feels for me to rub your head, so you go back to that feeling and you want me to do it more because you know what it feels like.
You do it again?
See?
I forgot the camera was on for a second. But anyway,
so
the words of affirmation. Don't be criticizing yourself. Don't be down on yourself. If I give you affirmative action when it comes to how much I love and care about you and adore your little cute little face and your little booty.
See, I like that. You're putting expression behind it. You're not just saying like, "Oh, I love you." It's, "Oh my gosh, baby, I love you so much." Like that's what like just saying I love you.
I think too much of that could be a little annoying. I think it has to be a great balance between
Alexa,
it.
stop the timer.
I think it has to be. Alexa, stop.
Let me say this.
Say it.
When we did the
Everybody
marriage
stop you.
retreats, when we did the marriage,
What you got to ask permission for?
when we did the marriage retreats,
Uh-huh.
at the time, it showed that my love language was quality time. Do you think that it could have changed since then? Like, how often does your love language change? Because you may need something different at different moments of your marriage.
Just last night,
What
she was
happened
like,
last night?
Couldn't with me and watch a movie.
I don't got time to be watching movies. I got edits. I got videos to produce. I got movies to make. And you want me to sit down and watch a movie with you at night and eat fattening snacks. Did you not see the... Listen, the reason why you can't see the gut right now is because I got it cropped out.
What fattening snack did we have? Chips and 3-layer dip?
That sounds like a 3-layer problem.
Who bought the dip?
I did. But it ain't mean for us to eat at 11 o'clock at night. I think your language is set. Once you learn a language, you're done.
No, that's not going to be my whole language the whole time we're married. Because in the beginning of our marriage, I feel like maybe I needed acts of service and maybe you needed physical touch. But then as our marriage goes on, it's like, you know what? I think I might need words of affirmation more.
So is mine not physical touch?
I mean, you're a man.
Yes or
it's
no?
Going to start
Yes
with
or
physical
no?
touch and
Yes
then
or no?
physical touch.
Yes or no?
No.
Mine has always been the same.
That's because you don't care.
Because my language don't change.
But mine does.
I speak the same language.
My language changes.
Just because you're confused don't mean it change.
It's not because I'm confused.
You just
it's
might
because
see
I want something different from you at that moment of our marriage.
No. What do you want different?
I want more.
You have all of me.
I want more quality time.
Listen, y'all.
I want more words of affirmation. I want more acts of service. You know what? I think that's my love language today. Acts of service.
That's why you'll never be single again.
Why? I'm too needy?
Yeah. You know, if you ever left me, nobody will ever live up to me.
How, Sway?
You just know you stuck with me. Ain't nobody gonna be able to make you happy, so you done.
If that's the case, then I should be able to change my love language.
No, you don't change that. You block that.
So at this point of our marriage, I need more acts of service.
You just go over my American Gangsters.
Mm-hmm. So right now in our marriage, I believe that I need more acts of service.
Yeah, I had a nice fresh piece of gum in my mouth. And she stuck a gummy bear in my mouth. So I had to spit my gum out. And now I'm done with the gummy bear and I want my gum back.
It's right there on your desk.
But it's a piece of hair on my gum now.
It's probably your hair.
You could have just left the daggone gummy out of my... Y'all, look at this piece of gum. This is what I had to do with my gum. Because she wanted me to eat the gummy bear when... Sorry. It's your show.
It says acts of service are the things you do to ease the responsibilities and burdens of others. It means a lot when someone goes out of their way to do something for someone else, especially when it's a sacrifice. That's really important.
Actions to avoid laziness, broken commitments, making more work for them.
That's really important. So acts of service is not just me doing something for you. It's not.
What is this? A class on the 5 love languages?
Yes, it's important in
Why
a marriage.
is this a class on? I
You
thought
don't
we
think
were
it's
talking
important?
about us.
We are. It's
What
important.
part? What part?
Because
why are we going over definitions?
Because we haven't visited the love languages in a while.
Why we gotta do that now?
Because it's our marriage.
We should do that in the bed underneath the covers without the TV or camera on.
We have to figure out like how this
We're not
is
even on
important
topic.
in
We're not
our
even on
marriage.
topic. That's not what we're doing. We're reading the definition.
And then tying it into our marriage. Because your marriage should incorporate all 5 love languages.
Who's
We
that? Who said that?
Huh?
Don't nobody say that.
Read the top part.
It said, see, there we go again. Welcome to class. I hope you guys brought your pen and paper. Love can be expressed and received in all 5 languages. However, if you don't speak a person, I don't read in public that well, okay? However, if you don't speak a person's primary love language, which is a primary, for a reason, it shouldn't change. If you don't speak a person's primary love language, that person will not feel love. Even though, so what's your primary love language, Candace?
Keep reading.
Even though you may be speaking to the other 4 once you're speaking his or her primary love language fluently, then you can sprinkle in the other 4 and they will be licking. It said that would be like icing on the cake. Who wouldn't think like and icing means licking if you just reading fast? My point is, you have a primary love language. My primary love language is physical touch. And it's never changed. All her primary love language is words of affirmation, and it's never changed. What's changed is how she responds to the words of affirmation. When I say, hey babe, you look good in that, she says, but I feel fat in this. No! So, I didn't change, hers didn't change, and she just changed the way it looked. And sounded after I said it. I had a moment.
Remember when we took the test, I had a tie.
Forget the test!
No, because that's
The
important.
important part
I
of this,
had 3 love languages
The-
that had the same
the
score.
important part of this is the fact
I
that
had 3 love languages
Okay.
that had the same score,
You did not.
which means that all 3 are my primary love language, meaning I can flip-flop between those 3 and
Take the
say,
test
this
again.
is what I need.
take the test again.
I will.
Right now. Y'all was here, take the test.
Look, that's what I'm saying. If you take the test within certain periods of your marriage, your love language may change.
Listen,
So the test that I take today is going to be different than the test I took 5 years ago because I had different needs at that time and have different needs now.
listen, y'all.
And will have different
we're
needs
doing
in the
12
future.
years of marriage, but this is year 5, right? No. You seeing all 13 years right here, right now. Like, that's being selfish. That's not changing. That's you want.
It's my
you
love
want what you
language.
want when you want it.
Okay, so give the people some advice. Since you're a love language expert, go ahead.
That's not what this episode is
So
about.
you don't think that we need these 5 love languages in our marriage?
Yeah. I don't think, no. Pause. These 5 love languages are to assist you in the marriage, to see what your partner or spouse or whoever the heck, your other person that you're dating or you're with, that's to see how to better love them. This isn't a, hey, this is it. No, this is you might want to think about, because this might affect something in your relationship if you are missing. I don't know. It's just a
Another
stepping
tool.
stone.
It's another
Yeah.
tool to add to your marriage toolbox.
That's right, but that's it. It's just a tool. You know, a lot of times you don't use these tools.
But it's a great tool to reference when, let's say you're sad or you're down and I know you like physical touch, I'm gonna touch you more. But if that's not your love language, there's no point in me sitting here saying, ooh baby, when that's not what you need, that's not what you desire. So I think this is important to know and to reference, because you know, if my love language was receiving gifts, you can come home with something for me and I'll be happy.
Man, I can come up with my own. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come up with my own 5 love languages.
Do you know somebody who you can think of right now and you're like, yeah, their love language is receiving gifts, because that's all they care about are material things?
Yeah, Courtney.
And that's two. You can use these 5 love languages not only in a marriage, but in your relationships with your children.
I agree.
So it's an eye opener on a lot of different aspects of life.
I affirm. She's like rubbing my shoulder. Don't even realize she's rubbing my shoulder right now.
But you liked it.
Huh? I ain't, you know. Gosh.
We appreciate
When you rub my
y'all
hair, babe,
rocking with us for year 5.
When you rub my hair,
tuned
especially
for
when
year 6.
if it's anything like this 5 love languages, we're gonna be arguing on year 6.
Bye.